Malawi, a country in southern Africa. Most children grow up in poverty. Tito is 4 years old. Joanna is also 4. Her sister Dorothy is 3 years old. We'll be following them, their father Hanex, and Chaliza, the project coordinator, for the next years. They are all involved in the Roger Federer Foundation initiative, which has been made possible thanks to the partnership with Credit Suisse. How will the children develop over the next years? What changes will the country of Malawi see? On the road to the district of Mchizi and the village of Thundu. The journey from Lilongwe, the capital city, takes 4 hours. Owning a car is considered a luxury in Malawi. The main road is used by more pedestrians than cars. The final part of the journey to Thundu leads through rough terrain. The sky usually looks sullen. This is typical of the rainy season in Malawi. The village of Thundu seems to be drowning in greenery. The building work in Thundu is in full swing. It is all heavy physical work. The building blocks the men and women carry onto the site are made of local clay and were fired here. Despite the sweltering heat, the people work at lunchtime. This is the only time they can afford to leave their fields. The foundations and some of the walls are finished. On the building site itself, the men use the most basic tools. There are no cement mixers or cranes here in Thundu. The most modern tools are shovels and wheelbarrows. Project coordinator Matola has come to inspect the building work. Together with the site manager from a neighboring village, she checks the sizes of the future classrooms. She is happy with the progress of the building work. As a local, she understands why the center has not been completed as had been planned.
The reason is that the construction coincided with the rainy season. So now people are prioritizing farming than the center. So as soon as the rains finish, we'll go back to the construction.
That is why they are still improvising in Thundu. Until the center is finished, the classes take place in the church. The children find refuge in the church from the sudden heavy downpours. When it is not raining, they are taught out in the open. Since our last visit, the teachers have taken part in a workshop. The teaching methods, however, do not appear to have changed. Tito and the children know no better, but Chaliza is disappointed. She had hoped the training would have more of an impact.
According to what I see, it might have missed some elements of how caregivers should work with little children. It looks like it's more teacher-centered than child-centered.
The playground for the children has not yet been built, and in general, many things still need to change. Chaliza and the teachers discuss ways of working together to improve the situation.
The outcome of the training is not what I expected. But maybe what we can do to correct the shortfalls is to train them on the spot, intensify monitoring and supervision so that they can learn how to do things right.
In Mbwetu, near the capital city of Lilongwe, 7:30 in the morning. Childcare worker Hanex Karpingasa and his daughters head off to the childcare centre. They are joined by neighbours' children. The walk through the maize fields only takes 15 minutes. The changes that have taken place at the Mbwetu Childcare Centre are immediately obvious, even from afar. The playground equipment shines in bright colours, and the centre itself looks very welcoming. The furnishings in the classrooms are still quite basic, but funny characters create a child-friendly atmosphere. There are no expensive blackboards. Instead, the walls have been turned into miniature blackboards at children's eye level. Joanna, Hanex's 4-year-old daughter, has already learnt to write her first letters.
The most important change is that the center has been painted and a new kitchen has been built. Because the center is now inviting, most of the children arrive very early.
Over the past few months, ActionAid organised a variety of toys, such as these toy blocks. The only unsolved problem at the Mbwetu Childcare Centre is the water supply. It remains to be seen whether the children's porridge can be guaranteed.
Food is still a problem. The community will have to sustain the feeding program, and even the rest of the activities. After we are done, we'll give them the skills to mobilize resources on their own. And they will continue feeding the children, making local materials. Even the volunteers, they will give them support.
In 2 months' time, the maize will be harvested. Then it will transpire whether enough can be put aside for the children. A stream near Thundu. Today is Tito's mother Helena's wash day. Four-year-old Tito is enjoying doing nothing in the cool shade. The clean washing and the sleeping mat must be carried up a steep hill. In the meantime, Tito's father, Patrick Mbanda, has been mending clothes. Tito's parents are proud of his eagerness to learn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, E, I, O, U.
Although Tito's mother's life is hard, she does not complain much. She has 4 healthy boys.
I would really like to have a daughter because I have only sons. It is important to have sons. Daughters are also important. Both have specific tasks to fulfill. I will probably have no more children after.
Having children is one of the most important topics of discussion in Malawi society. How many children should one have? How many boys? How many girls? In Hanex's home in Mbwetu, the 2 older daughters are passing the time playing a centuries-old skipping game. Joanna and Dorothy are taking their afternoon nap. In the arms of the mother, Estelle, the youngest member of the family, the long-awaited son. Hanex is now no longer the only man in the house. He will finally have a boy to help him with tasks such as this one.
I was so excited when I heard that I had given birth to a son. I wanted to go straight home to show my first son to everyone.
It is important to me to have a son. I can offer him a good education so that when he grows up, he will find work and can support me.
When a boy gets bigger, he can help with roofing and working the fields, with all sorts of chores.
In Malawi, it is important to have children of both sexes. Certain tasks are gender-specific. Some work can only be done by women, while other jobs are designed for men.
It is late afternoon. As usual around this time, a rising wind signalizes a storm and heavy rains. The family find refuge in their hut. The clocks stopped working a long time ago. The furniture is very basic. Hanex distracts the children with a book, while his wife explains the organization of the hut.
This is where Dorothy and Joanna sleep. This is where we sleep with the baby.
They all sleep on the floor. The oldest daughters spend the nights with their grandmother. The walls belong to the cockroaches. The storm has passed without breaking. Hanex is admiring his first son.
I have decided that this should be our last child. I will not get my wife pregnant again. We only have a small plot of land. It would be difficult to feed more than 5 children.
The parents call their son Boniface Mpatso. Boniface means the good face. Mpatso means gift in Malawi. This son is indeed a gift in the eyes of this family. Next time, in 4 months, we will see whether the childcare center in Thundu has been completed or whether the children are still being taught out in the open. We will see Kalisa training the childcare workers in Thundu. Will the children at the Mbwetu center have enough food after the harvest? And what does Hanex's family actually live on, since he does not get paid for his work at the childcare center?